See if this thing's gonna get up and going here. Got my beverage. I got my dehydrated mango. Ready to do some grinding, have some MCOC talk. Get my game back up here. Good evening and welcome. Mr. J and his snakes, welcome to the stream. Good to see you again, sir. One thing that was interesting, I was streaming before I got a subscriber, and I see I got a subscriber, which was Rye Lucky. But there's supposed to be a pop-up when it happens. Pretty sure, at least. I didn't see a pop-up, but I don't think I was paying attention either. Darkhawk! Yeah, rank 5 Darkhawk, SIG 200. Of course. I mean, that's interesting. How's that interesting? It's an amazing champion. I actually ranked 5'd him for variant 3. At the time, he was really my only and best tech option. It was very much lacking good tech options. Now, he has some pretty good things that he does. He has a pretty long heal block from his S3. He also has a power control sort of mechanic with his S2. At SIG 200, he has a guaranteed auto block once he's knocked down, and he activates the armor shield deal. Yeah. And then if you have Night Thrasher, really ramps him up quick. Because in order to get like that bueno damage, you really need him to be in his I forget what the name of it is. So it's like one of his phases that he gets from when you use your S3. I'll show you. With my new super cool 6-star Night Thrasher. And then we'll throw Gilly 2099 on the team. She has a nice synergy where whenever they shrug here, let's look at it. Probably know this one. Gains 70% of a bar of power each time, and immunity prevents a bleed or poison effect. When it first came out, it didn't affect the suicide bleed or poison that's applied. But they fixed that because it was supposed to. So when you start the fight with either of them, you'll see he'll start with almost like an S1, basically. It's interesting. Is this... Oh, this isn't epic, is it? No, this isn't epic. I had to have gone the wrong one. Let me see if I did a Path of Oh, maybe Epic isn't Epic. It's Canadian. I did a Path of Canadian. Forgot about Canadian for a second there. Need to update the, before I do that, I need to update the thumbnail on my video. For some reason, it didn't save my thumbnail. My throat's a little little raspy from talking too much on that last stream. So chatty. Oh, no, that's not what I want. There we go. That's what we wanted. Oh well, whatever. Never mind. Shenanigans. I say tomfoolery. When is the Abyss 100% stream? Excellent question. Soon, young captain. First off, I have 4 paths left because I've only done 1 path. So I'll have to live stream all of them. Anyways, let's see Darkhawk in action. Oh, see, so he started with his null mode, which null mode is the one where he gets the big boost in damage, so it should be a quick fight. So look at that, 25 hits. Questioning my rank 5 Darkhawk. Did you see that? I mean, yes, that was like the ideal scenario. Hello again, Paul Kelly. I'm sorry, maybe Paul Kelly, you are... Who? I feel like I should remember, but I don't. What normal people consider to be soon, yes. So I was debating on what to do, right? Obviously, I have come into a cache of some units. As you can see on screen there, you know, I'm at no shortage. Oh, okay. I understand now. Sorry, Paul. I know exactly who you are. I knew that I wasn't sure if it was that Paul. Like everyone, a lot of people have their regular names and whatnot on there, so literally you could be anyone. But that makes perfect sense that you'd be that Paul. I mean, Darkhawk's good even in his non-ideal scenario. This is not an ideal scenario, as you can see. It's Magneto and lowering my ability accuracy and whatnot. So yeah, back to the Abyss thing. Now that I have the units there, I was kind of contemplating myself if I felt like 18,000 units would ultimately be enough to do 4 paths. I think so, but I also know that the path I took was the easy path, and it probably cost me a quarter of that. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. One path per week, mentally draining. It's not a terrible idea. I kind of plan to stream mine. I don't know that I could do a stream every week of it. I mean, I guess I could do like my regular, my plan, and I did it this week. But basically the idea is to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and do a stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I would love to stream every night, but it's just not a realistic thing for me to be able to stream every night. At least not currently. Maybe if someday I can do, content creation and stuff full time, then. So Paul, the 6-star Nexus crystal that's in the Abyss is a special Nexus crystal. It is the 6-star Abyss Nexus crystal, which is the 10 choice one, which is a different Nexus. And they've had other Nexus crystals. I believe that isn't there a Nexus crystal in the Act 6? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there's a Nexus crystal, Nexus Hero crystal from the X6 100%. Which, so that, anyways, back to my point. I was debating with myself, like, oh, I should do X. Like, what's probably easier to do with 18,000 units? 100% Abyss or X 600%. I kind of thought X 600% is probably easier to do with 18,000 units, but they are planning to reduce the difficulty of Act 6, so really isn't much of a reason for me to work on doing Act 6 100% until those changes are made. So, with that in mind, the reality is that the next thing to do would be Abyss. And if I can do Abyss 100% before working on Act 6 100%, then I'm good to roll. I'm sure it would be helpful. Three ways that I've come up with to 100% are one per week in the time for Summer of Pain, one every 2 weeks, or one per month in time for Act 6 nerf. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'm probably going to be more in the once per month in time for Act 6 nerf. That's pretty much what I'm going to shoot for, I think. I think it was like September for the Act 6 nerf. So you got July, August, September. So probably, yeah, like October. So, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's later than that. I could have sworn that I saw September on something. But yeah, I gotta practice up on that that Darkhawk fight. I think that it was. I thought it was. Now you've got me questioning it, though. Let's see if I can find it here. Does it even say anywhere on here? Sorry, I'm just trying to read through the I mean, it says for book 2, blah blah blah. As far as going, they changed in book 2. Read out on one. Maybe I was thinking of the Cavalier difficulty that's in September, because yeah, that says September. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot of anything. Okay. So yeah, I could see that. The champion fight thing would be nice to reduce that, but like, why even, why even bother to go into it until the whole thing's updated? Aw. Dried mango. Healthy snack. Think that I can get fresh mango? I live in Michigan. We don't have anything. There's no fresh mango grown anywhere near us. Even the stuff that would be fresh is not fresh. And I just like the dried mango. When you get the fresh stuff, if it's not like just at the right amount of ripeness, it's not good. I agree that I think that, at least to a degree, like I'm saying, yeah, I should have done Darkhawk for Wolverine. I don't know. I just pushed start fight. You wanted to see Darkhawk against Wolverine, huh? So if you're in, I forget what the name of it is. Stealth mode. If you're in stealth mode, you can see like the power gain for me is significantly increased, and then the power gain for the opponent is like nothing. When I switch to this will be damage increase. So I should just like power through her here. Boop. Change your mind about him. Alright. I'll do the whole path with him. I was actually hoping for an ambush so I could use him on the ambush. I feel like that maybe that'll change your mind. Oh, I missed the extra damage. My goodness, whatever shall we do? Honestly, I haven't had the ambush yet. So, if I get it this time, that would be a first. I've been told that he has a lot of regen, so I figured Darkhawk probably would be good for... What's up, Amanda? Welcome. So if you get stuck in this defense phase from the beginning when using the synergy, it basically negates the benefits. So you can get a little bit of regen. Oh, actually I didn't get the regen because ability accuracy reduction ring. You caught the ambush twice in the same run? That's rough. You're allergic to fresh mango, but you're not allergic to dried mango? What's the science behind that? That seems weird. I would have expected it like if you're allergic, you're just like allergic. I mean, this Wolverine's not even hard, so it's like not gonna be anything impressive. Be like, wow, I could beat this Darkhawk. I could probably beat Wolverine with anybody. Alright, whatever, we're just gonna throw it. Sick of the shenanigans. Oh, like most people only have it once in general, and you've already had it twice? I haven't had it yet at all. Have I changed your mind about Darkhawk yet? The protein that causes the reaction denatures So I can't have some fresh fruits like mangoes or apples, but if I apply heat, I can. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Darkhawk hits super hard. First off, high sig is important because it's the null mode from phase 3 and the way that his signature ability interacts with it. Oh my goodness, so many tier 5 basics. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. So if you look at Darkhawk's sig ability, null mode grants 2,459 additional attack rating. So, I mean, I believe that that's like almost doubling his attack rating. I'll be right back. All right. Well, that was fun. Not a pie person. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I prefer cake. If I'm gonna have like a sweet, I'd prefer cake to pie. I think depends on the pie. Apple pie wouldn't be my number one choice of pie. I prefer, like, if I had a choice, I think I'd prefer a cobbler. Cobbler's the way to go. Where else can I put Darkhawk to the test? So Darkhawk, I think, in my opinion, the place where he did shine the most, in my experience, was the Omega Red mini on map 7. He just did an amazing job there. And then he was really like the only really great option up until Warlock existed, I would say. And then once Warlock came into play, he also does pretty well there too. But yeah, Darkhawk, I think he's a pretty underrated champ. I mean, I don't know if that would put him in the. I think that Seaton like has him rated as a god tier. So I just think that a lot of people don't realize how strong he really is if you're using him with synergies. Without the synergies, he's still good. It just takes a little bit longer to get things going, so to say, because you don't start off in one of your modes. So the synergy that's happening is with Night Thrasher or Moon Knight. He starts off in a random mode at the beginning of the fight. So you've got null mode, stealth mode, and then shield mode. You want to start in shield or in null. Ideally, you start in null because that's just like your big damage boost. Then you build up to shield, throw a shield, then build up to null, and then you can kind of go back and forth. Alright, I'll be right back. My air conditioner's being crazy and I think I gotta go shut it off. Voodoo has been good for a long time. I don't think he's quite as good as he used to be, but I mean, he, just by other champs becoming stronger and stronger as time goes on, he kind of fell down. I think Magic's kind of the same way in a lot of ways, where like she's still really great in her own right, and she is the best power control in the game, but just the strength of other champions and utility of other champions have kind of pushed those guys back a little bit. So Captain Too Good. Maybe Amanda. Amanda, are you still in here? Question for you. Dorm. I love Dorm's power control. Honestly, like I used to be a pretty big Dorm slappy, so you're not going to get necessarily an argument from me. The issue with Dorm is that he lacks greater utility than Magic, because she has the ability to like regen with her limbo. She also has the ability to if done properly, do the the trap them in the corner deal. Yeah. So like she doesn't, and also she doesn't suffer as badly from suicides if you run half suicides bleed. Yeah, and it takes a lot more hits to do anything, because he doesn't do a lot of damage on hits. Okay. Anyways, Amanda / Captain Too Good. Path 2 for Abyss. Well, 2, 3, and 4, I believe. You have to go through Darkhawk. I have done the Darkhawk fight a few times. Maybe like 6 or 7 times with Human Torch. I feel like maybe I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe I just haven't learned the fight well enough yet. But like I never really seemed to get him more than, at least when I was doing it and practicing the fight, I never seemed to get him more than like 75%. So like, is there something specific that I should be doing or looking for in that fight, or what? My plan for my Path 2 team is I'll probably, before I do this, I'll probably be taking up Doom and practicing with him a little bit, because I know Doom is one of the better options. I did Symbiote Supreme for my first run. So my team is going to be, I was debating on Quake or not. Oh wait, I don't have Nick Fury. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay, so hold on, my bad. Take that. Somebody's sending me messages. I'll talk to him in a minute. Anyways, don't throw any heavies until you have max temp. Once you do, try to time it in accordance with him throwing an S2. So the idea is... Oh, I don't have Despair maxed. Speaking of which, I need to alter my masteries a little bit. Now that I don't have Hidden Paths, I can get rid of that stupid thing. Yeah, Namor was for Korg, I believe. I watched a few videos, and I'm not sure if he's the best option for it. I'm debating on my team still. I believe that's going to be my team. Do you recommend someone other than Namor for Korg? I know that Human Torch works for Korg as well. I don't know if he works for Abyss Korg or not. But yeah, I don't have Despair maxed. Do I need to have Despair maxed? Oh, we do. Okay. Alright, I'll deal with that later then. I need to change up my whole mastery. As you can see, I've got my like crazy flow. You use Stealthy to deal with Luke Cage instead. Can I not use... I guess I don't know a ton about... I haven't done a ton of research on Path 2. I know that, 2, 3, and 4, you have to fight through Luke Cage in all 3 of them, right? You can't... Is Aegon not a good option for him? I guess I don't know why. I guess maybe I need to look up what the... I did just get a 6-star Stealthy. And I can take him to rank 3. 50 units. I've always wanted Despair Mastered. I just never had to have a reason to do it. I mean, I imagine that it would be one of those scenarios where with Aegon you have to, or you will have to just like keep pumping. Yeah, I just did that too good. Like just a second ago. You missed it. I bought the one from the Black ISO market before the other one. I just didn't want to wait 2 more days. What else do I want to do here? How many more points do I need to get to this? Oh, right. I think I've got 1 more point in offense tree than what I wanted. 1, 2. Might take some of that glass class. So anyways. Your best was 6 revives, your worst was 12. Now, please bear in mind that when I do this, I'll be perfectly honest with you that I have not set foot into the Abyss in quite some time at this point. Probably also should have suicides off for this first fight, but I'm not going to go through all that because I'm not actually doing a run, so it's just a practice. You can all watch me just fail epically right now at this Darkhawk fight. It's the other one, Nick Fury. And who's the last one? Symbiote Supreme, I suppose, whatever, blah blah blah. Darkhawk. Now you have better heal reversal if you do without him using the pre-fight, right? Because you want to save the pre-fight ultimately for Mephisto. Wait, what? Oh, because I have to be at max heat in order to. Because I have to be at max heat in order to prevent the evade, right? So the plan is, what's up, Ro? Yeah, rest in peace to me. I will say that's definitely not the best run that I've had. I think the best I've ever done was to get him to about like 65, 70% or something. Only need 10 temp to not miss. That's no good. I didn't want him to go to S2. Oh, gee. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't think about the hitting into the block for the skirmish timer. What's up, 9? How's it going? Oops. Oh, what? What just happened there? Oh, my temp. And you want stacks of, you want stacks of, Incinerate on him when he does his S2. With that Dark Hawk in timeout. If only I could, then I wouldn't have to deal with his shenanigans. I've seen some people do, like, they build up their Aegon, even try to build up their Aegon against him a little bit. It just seems awful. Yeah, I watched. I remember it's funny. I watched a lot of videos back when Abyss like first kind of came out, and I was like, I had my Human Torch, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got a Human Torch. He's rank 2. I'm gonna go in there and check this out. I totally have. It's been so long now, I don't remember any of what I learned in those videos now. Oops. That was a. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Just terrible. Yeah, I understand the like logic or the theory of how to do it. I think it's just a matter of kind of like doing it a bunch of times to try to learn how and when it's a good time to heavy, when it's a good time to do a medium light medium or 4 or 5 hit combo. There's a lot of things that you gotta kind of like pay attention to going on. Yeah, that was what I kind of that was kind of why when I was originally trying it and I had done it a bunch of times, and the best I could do was like 60 something percent. It seemed like he was like being really a pain in the butt. He would just like he kept throwing S1s. Like I couldn't get him to build S2s in order to make that work. So I was just like getting chipped away constantly. I'm just doing a really bad job of doing the heavies at the right time to keep my temp up. And I'm well aware that I'm doing them at the wrong time. I just don't. Again, it's like you gotta learn when the right times are to do different things. Beam as far as so, but I would lose one of my heat charges or whatever if I did that. Because don't you need 4, right? You need 4 in order for the mist mechanic to... Right, pretty sure. Oh, oops. Mistimed my parry there and that didn't go well. I should have heavied there. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Teach me your ways, Amanda. It's also hard for me, like I've said before for the stream thing, like I can't hear. Maybe I can. I don't know if it'll be delayed though if I listen to it through the computer. Yeah, I can't hear my game volume at all. It's hard because I want to be able to hear my game audio. I gotta figure that out. There's gotta be a way to make that work. Yeah, I mean, you can do the... Fortunately, it's the first fight, so it's not like you're gonna get... You can just keep trying it and keep practicing it and keep going on it, and eventually... Bye, Paul. Thanks for stopping by. once you get hit and you get stunned, you're pretty much... Yeah, but see, I don't have enough incinerates on him now in order for it to reverse anything. So now when he does throw the S2, you can dex the SP1. It's possible. Pain in the tuchus. Just like this fight. Screw that Darkhawk. Jerk. It's a cool fight, though. I mean... just gotta play it over and over and over and over. I'll have to watch that Legacy video again, because yeah, I know which video you were talking about, Amanda. I've seen it before. That's the one I used when I first practiced this fight. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do what he did. Easier said than done. I've still got this to do too. Yeah, it's one of the more mechanic-heavy fights. I mean, I don't know about... I don't know everything about all the rest of the Abyss fights, but it didn't seem like there was like anything quite that mechanically complicated throughout all of Path 1. I don't even know how to use Doom. Or Stealthy. They're all new to me. I've been practicing with Ghost some as well. All these champs, I've just been so neglected all of this time with these crappy champions. Red Skull and Thorag. I've heard that Thorag is one of the other pain in the butt ones. Oh, the motley crew of swords here. So yeah, before I decide to take Stealthy into any sort of Abyss type thing, I mean, I probably will rank 3 him, and we'll try him out for the Luke Cage deal or whatever. But I gotta figure out how exactly it works, so I'm gonna have to watch some videos. I don't have him as a 5-star. Him, and it's funny because like the champs that I pulled, with the exception of Silver Surfer, which I have Silver Surfer as a 5-star, but I haven't used him yet. I don't have Stealthy or Doom as a 5-star. Oh, I have Stealthy as a 4-star, I believe, but I've hardly used him. So I got to kind of like really like learn those champs. Oops. Yeah, I'll always accept any videos or help, because Abyss is the next thing I plan to tackle. Just because I'm not going to do anything with Act 6 right now until they do the changes, because why would I bother exploring anything in Act 6 until they put the new attack values and stuff in? Seems pointless. Flexing that 6-star Doom. This is the first time I've ever played him. That's the only Doom that I have. Maybe I have a 3-star. I might have a 3-star. But I've never bought it. I don't like do any. I don't feel the need to. I don't have the desire to go into like Act 4 and like test out 3-stars just to see how they play. Like, I'll just wait until I get them as a legitimate star, and then I'll take them into content at that point. Now, that being said, down the road, if I'm ever in a scenario where I'm trying gameplay videos of new champs, like if I can get enough viewership to support like crystal openings type things, trying to go for new champs to do play videos or something, that would be a different case, because then that's more of a research and community service type thing than it is a me playing around with new champs. Then that's a different scenario. Oh, missed the button. See, I'm getting better with Ghost. I don't know if any of you remember the last time I played Ghost, but it was, I think maybe in one of the incursions or something. If you recall, it did not go so well. Honestly, like, I'm super excited that I got a Night Thrasher as a 6-star. Because, like, when I do go back into Act 6 with, like, the gates and all that stuff, I didn't have a Night Thrasher. The only Night Thrasher I had was a 4-star. And I couldn't take him to bring Darkhawk. And I love Darkhawk with that Night Thrasher synergy suite. Plus, Night Thrasher in general, he's a pretty good champ. Did the background look different? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh. Well, that wasn't what I intended to do, but I'll take it. Honestly, it's funny because, like, I looked up videos of, like, how to use Ghost. And, like, there's videos out there, but she's not a champ. Like, KT1, I think, had a pretty decent video where he's like, she's not a champ where you can just, like, watch a video and be like, oh, okay, do this rotation, do that, and, like, you're good to go. That's how you use Ghost. It's kind of like Quake in that way, where it's like, you can't just watch a video and learn how to do Quake or Ghost. You have to learn it through trials and tribulations and learning of timings of different champs' moves and when their attacks and their tendencies, and like there's a lot more that goes into being a good player for that. So it's not like Do medium, light, medium, medium, light, medium, build up to an S2 and throw an S2. Like, that's Corvus in a nutshell. Right. But like Ghost, it's like it's not the same. It might have been a visual glitch. I mean, I guess you could go back and rewind or whatever. Watch it over and see if indeed you were seeing something, or maybe you did see something that we weren't supposed to know about. You found the secrets. Oh, thank you for subscribing, BSP. Appreciate you. Go down this Dormammu path here. All these fights are oh so very painful. Oh, see, I haven't figured out his timing yet, obviously. Oh, and messed up that. Oh no. Oh, and she can't shrug his... That's interesting, actually. I didn't know that. Well, I wonder why that is. Why can't she shrug his degen? Don't forget you when I'm famous. Oh, don't worry. I'm a simple man of simple taste and simple things. Since when is it passive? It doesn't have the passive bars around it, though. Aren't passive supposed to have the little... Prove it. Hold on. I call shenanigans. I guess it doesn't say, if it doesn't specify, she just simply doesn't shrug degen. It doesn't matter if it's passive or an active debuff. It just she can't shrug degens. Is that like in the wording? Phasing. Each damage overtime debuff on Ghost converts to a Fury passive. I don't know. Seems fishy to me. Yeah, you're right. He does face me off of it. It would have to be an active. Yeah. So I will say that in reading it, it doesn't specify, and if it doesn't specify, typically in Kabam fashion, if it doesn't specify that it is a debuff, that means it's passive. So, like, if you read it, let's go back to Dormammu again. Maybe I'll just find my 550 Dormammu. Maybe I won't find any Dormammus. I'm sure he's right there in front of me, I'm just not seeing him. Alright, so if I read this, it states, blah, 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 blah. Each time a buff expires on an opponent, he has up to a 100% chance to degenerate them for blank amount of direct damage. So, that would mean it's a passive, because if it were an active debuff, it would state each time a buff expires, Dormammu has up to a 100% chance to apply a degenerate debuff, dealing blah 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 damage. Right? You can tell me if I'm right or if I'm right. I'm right. Basically, the rule is that how it works, however it's intended, whether it makes sense or if you like it. That's the Kabam. That's the Kabam logic. Oh man, I was supposed to do AQ path today. I forgot AQ paths. I'm gonna have to do them tomorrow morning. Wah, 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 wah. Speaking of which, I probably should get going to bed here. Let me finish out this. Use up my energy before I go to bed. You are right, though. It works however they intended to work, and if you don't like it, then you can just go suck on a rock. Doom seems pretty cool. Slap. Love that backhand. That's amazing. That backhand just is the highlight of my day. I love getting slapped in the face by Doom and AQ as the boss too. You know, you're just minding your own business, fighting him, and all of a sudden you're stunned, and he's like, pop, and you're dead, instant death. Take this easy path. That's what I should have brought. I should have brought my new 6-star Sabretooth. He's another one that I had never had until today. Today was a day of acquiring champions who I had never really... Oops. Oops. That's what I get for not paying attention. I know, right? I think, honestly, it's funny because, like, Stealthy is not regarded, I don't think, as, like, being a top skill champion or even beyond, like, a beyond God tier or whatever champion. But I am super excited to have a 6-star skill champion that's worthy of being ranked 3, and that I can use that T5CC on, because, like, there was a point where I was just like, I'm never going to get a champion that I'm going to want to use this on. Because, like, even if I had pulled Nick Fury, I would have to dupe him in order to make it, like, legitimately worth taking him to rank 3. Like, I don't think I would want to use T5CC on Nick Fury without the dupe. You know, the dupe is like a requirement there. So, like, Stealthy was probably the one option who was, like, the best possible 6-star for rank 3 potential for me. And I got him. And that's honestly my favorite pull. Doom's cool. And I'll definitely rank 2 Doom. And I'll probably use him for Abyss instead of using Symbiote Supreme. I love Symbiote Supreme too, but I think Doom's a little bit better. I think Doom has a little bit more versatility than Symbiote Supreme does for Abyss and stuff. Oops. Doom is cool. When you say Doom is required for some fights, what do you mean? Like, what fight specifically? Because, like, I did Path 1 without Doom. SS worked just fine. As a matter of fact, I feel like SS worked better than Doom could have possibly worked for some of them. Okay, so you're talking Paths 2 through 5. There's some fights there. Alright, well, that's my energy. I really feel like I want to finish the path out. Definitely not going to wait 3 minutes and 30 seconds for energy. Gotcha. Like, SS for Path 1, I felt like he was just, like, amazing. Like, I think it was it Venom the Duck or Champion that I basically timed out on the fight. Like, I went into and beyond the skirmish charges and all that. And the rage timer and all that was going, and I probably should read the notes. Is Doom better for stagger than SS? I mean, I guess since you are you're guaranteed to apply a stagger on a heavy. So, but SS, I mean, he's pretty good for stagger too. Like, it sucks that it's random. I mean, I've had fights before where I've had like 5 or 6 staggers on Champion doing the can't stop won't stop path with SS. That's going to do it, though, for me for the evening. Switch over to this screen for you. Make sure that you're aware that it is time to go. Almost 1 o'clock here. Doom's power control. Yeah, Doom's power control obviously is way better. SS doesn't even really have power control. He just has like he can tank an S3 a little bit. His power control is about as much as power control as as much as like Iceman has power control. All right, thank you guys for stopping by, enjoying the stream. You know, tell your friends. Tell everybody. I'll be back. I might try to do a day stream sometime this weekend. So, maybe. We'll see. Maybe Sunday. I don't know. Good night. And good luck. Have a wonderful